Okay, we're done.
Thank you. Thank you all for those attending via Zoom to the Delvista Condominium Road Maintenance Association Company. This is the annual meeting. We do not have a quorum of the membership. However, we can have a valid election so long as we have 20% of the voters submitting a valid ballot. It looks like we will have that amount, but the check-in process will take some time. This meeting was duly noticed, and a copy of the affidavit of mailing can be made available upon request to the management office. My name is Tom Remitaria. I'm an independent third-party election monitor, and I have been asked by the board to come here and conduct the elections in a neutral manner. My company is the one that mailed out the ballots using the U.S. Postal Service. We did the affidavit of mailing. We also brought extra ballots here today just in case someone needed to vote and they wanted to come by. You can still come by and vote if you never received your ballot. Unfortunately, with the mail service running slow, there has been reports that some people never got their ballot. So there's two issues. You should check to make sure your mailing address is correct with the association. And the second one is it could have been delayed in the mail. We will be accepting ballots until I close the ballot box. And the ballot box will be closed once we check in all the votes. And I'll make an announcement when's the last time. So if you want to come down to the second floor, is this Tower 1 or Tower 2? This is the Tower 2 second floor right by the pool. We're in the party room. And if you wanted to vote, you're free to come by and still vote at this time. We are now putting them in order. And also we are putting my stamp on all the outer ballots. So every outer ballot envelope that we handle will have a stamp on it to indicate it was handled today and opened today. The two ballot boxes located in your lobby were provided by my company, and I am the only one with the key. So they were just retrieved and brought to this room, and at 6 o'clock, we are now beginning to start the process of your election. I do have a volunteer present, and I believe there's a few more coming, and they might be coming a little bit later, but I will at least introduce who I have sitting at the table, and I'll ask 2 questions of them to make sure that they qualify to be a volunteer. All right, can I have your name, please? Can you please spell that for me?
Polima. My last name is P as in Peter, A as in Apple, D as in David, D as in Victor, A as in Apple.
P-A-B-B-A?
P-A-D.
D as in dog?
Right.
P-A-D-B-A. Okay, Polima Pavda, are you a unit owner? Yes, you are. Are you related to or living with a candidate or a board member? No, you're not. Okay, so we have Polima Pavda, a unit owner, not related to or living with a candidate or board member. She will be following my instructions and be assisting and witnessing the whole process here at the table. Everyone online at the Zoom and everyone in this room can also witness the process. Yes, sir. You need to vote? Sure. You want to, you need one more, or you need one more? I'm gonna give you one.
I didn't get it.
And I'll give you a ballot right now. Just the envelopes for the gentleman and the full. Just the envelopes. But you want a proxy envelope? Okay. Proxy envelope is no one. Proxy is secret, so you can just hand it and just go for it. Proxy envelope. So you don't need for building 2 so far, I believe that is it. So if you can put a
I
rubber.
don't see my own.
Okay, then we're gonna have to keep looking. Because, and you put it in the ballot box.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so he could be here in one of these other stacks. Hold on 1 second.
John, ready? You told me if you were going to want to come back. Where would you want to sit?
Right here.
Right here. Hey, Tom, how are you?
Here's another one that just came in. You see this? All right. Did you use a proxy or did you just put all the proxies over there?
I put it in when I put it on with the.
That's done. You can put it right there on this.
I'm done. I separated voting certificates and proxies.
Okay, can you put all the voting certificates into the correct section on the voting certificate book right there? That's fine. What do you mean?
The voting
This is their
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Your ballot. If we can wait until we've gone through all the ballots, because if we got the first one, maybe it's there, and I don't want you to throw a second one. So let's first, if you
What
can
exactly do you want me to do?
put these in order, these are building one.
Where is Matilda Dora? You want Dora Matilda? Alex, why are you laughing? You don't like Dora Matilda?
I saw her today.
What did she say?
She missed
She was asking
She
me.
said she worked for me. Oh, I found out the check is 1400 for social. For me, my wife, and then one.
I'm ready, Tom.
Okay,
It's 1400.
I don't have that many.
Okay.
So we
So
can
then we have a-
join,
right,
right?
this one is out of the apartment. This one looks like a townhouse,
What's the beginning address?
20225 northeast.
That's how.
This is the
That's
building.
Tower One?
Yeah.
What's the
Okay.
name?
It's Pierluigi Protapapa.
14, it's on your roster.
Okay.
In the 14th floor.
In the 14th floor of building one,
Yeah, but it's a corporation.
that's fine.
So I think it's Pietra Santa, something in that nature, with the name.
There is a,
You know everything by heart, you see, huh? What is
there's Pier 28 LLC, there is Flood LLC?
No, that's 1415. It's a tower too.
Oh, you said Tower 2, because this is building 1 on there.
But that's weird because if this CFD that got it, he is, yeah, but that's not his address.
Okay, as long as we can identify his unit
Yeah,
number. that's-
let me see tower two.
Okay, go ahead. This is the roster. Go ahead and tell me the unit number.
Eu fui lá pro. Using the electric to open the door. Just flash here. Pronto. Foi? Entendeu? Eu falei que eles vão vir hoje, tá?
Danny, that's gonna make it worse inside of it.
Era como se não dava
Give it time to like accumulate the.
No, I think last week they put the email.
Patience, man, paciência, patience.
No, last week they put the email there, commission that the vote.
Sit on the-
I'm sorry.
Here. Yeah, go ahead. Put them on.
No, that's microphone. What did the tell us? Hey, we got the vote.
Let me check.
Oh, yes. Very nice. Well, what am I explaining? We don't do Cancun or.
No.
I used to talk to this for a lot. Because I had, when I was, for, I worked on this man, I did, Sure. Hello? Joby, are you, we are waiting for you. At 6:30? Okay, it's no 6:30, okay, no problem. No, thank you. I'm downstairs waiting for you here, sitting in the second session. Okay, thank you so much. Another person's on their way.
Thank you.
So, I'm saying, I used to travel to, Cancun quite often, Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we had quite
You're
a few
from
like.
Cancun? You're not from
Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Yes,
But I,
You're from
1418.
1418.
Yes, tower one.
Magnificent. Magnificent community.
well, when I bring.
On Suya.
But when I traveled to, Cancun at that point, it was mostly Cancun, so I never even been to Mexico City. I wanted to, but my time to come to state,
Well, people think there's like any other place in the world. Well, right now it's kind of. More than.
So do they really have that statue in the center, the one that you see inside of the building, like el centro de la, ¿cómo se dice?
Mariana?
Sí.
Yes.
We're going to expect that.
That's in Mexico City.
Mexico City.
On Reform Island. Yeah,
Dora Marina.
Are the voting certificates all inserted?
No, but this is the tower,
Okay.
but this is the Delvista road.
And do we have the voting certificates?
It's called Mexico City.
Oh, there's none from the previous elections?
More
This is the first time we have an electric.
Okay.
I could be old,
And those, that was not a voting certificate?
those, but that's for the tower.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I just want the old and for the tower.
But that's all the same.
Okay, thank you.
Same, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna have you, let's go right down on that.
No, it wasn't in Cancun.
But it's very beautiful.
So I'm gonna, you need to vote, so
Always like.
I'm gonna take you over here. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's when you know very well.
Here's yours. You can fill it out right with the guy.
One side,
I saw.
I saw the pyramids.
Mine is up.
I believe in God, I believe in a higher power. Of course, big thing. Whatever it is,
Those places are.
You will tell me, are you?
I got your. See what?
Thank you.
Okay,
okay.
we have now put all the units and ballots in order. We have all the ballots, building 2 separated out, all the ballots in building 1 separated, and they're in unit, order by unit number. We have the townhouses separated out, and we have 1 ballot that has no signature, no identifying marks. So you cannot vote. You cannot vote by anonymously completely. You have to identify yourself. You have to have a signature. We have to have a unit number that we can assign the vote to. So this ballot unfortunately came in with no name, no signature, no unit number, so there's no way to qualify this vote. So this vote will be rejected for not having a signature. And we have 1 more voter coming in here, and she's going to seal her ballot real quickly. Stamp it. Thank you. And I'm going to put it in order. There you go. I'm gonna- yeah, you can go ahead and sit here. Sit right here. This is Tower 1. And you're gonna.
I have extra.
Oh, this is, okay. I'm gonna put it to the side. Did you have the pen that I gave? Oh, it's over you.
I have to take some.
Alright, so for pens, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the pens. I just need to do one that will. So we're going to start checking it in. Go ahead and read the first unit number you got. Unit number 411. I have it. Okay. One moment, please. Can I have signage going on? In the check-in process, in the check-in process, what we're doing is, A, we're making sure there's only 1 vote per unit. 2, we're making sure that the signature is of someone that is either on the deed, or if it's a corporation, there is a voting certificate requirement. So limited liability companies are not corporations, so they're not required to have one. Neither is anyone else except for corporations. So if the unit is held in title by a corporation as a corp or as an Inc., those are the only ones that will require a voting certificate per the bylaws. And if there's not one on file, then that vote will be rejected. So that's what we'll be looking for on incorporations. So other than that, we're looking for that the owner that has signed it is either on the deed or is a trustee or other type of person related to the association to the unit by ownership. And then we're checking to see that the ballot is sealed and that there's only 1 vote and that there's signatures on there. So this is what the process we're going through right now, okay? So if you can tell me the first unit number?
411.
411 is owned by Manuel Poliwata, Carlos Poliwata, and Abigail Poliwata. Any one of those can sign. I need to see, you need to see it and I need to see it. So when you see it, then I see it. So that way you're my witness as well. And I do see a signature on your matching. Thank you. Next. 412, I have Anna Castaneda.
Yes.
Okay, that is the signature on here, and it's sealed, checked in. Next.
417.
417, Enrique Katz is the owner. No, it's Lily Katz. We're going to go ahead and check the deed. Let's go ahead. I have the property appraiser right here as well. So if you want to go check Tower 1, which is that one, there you go. I put the rubber band on it, so there you go. And then, you just want to take the front 5 off of this, there you go, just put a rubber band on those. There you go, and then those will go right next to it. And then you look at the deed, and I'm gonna look at the property record that I brought with me. $411, okay, I have it right here.
$417.
$417, I have it right here. Oh. $417. $417, I have Enrique Katz, Life Estate, and Lily Katz. So Lily is also on here. Okay, so Lily is also eligible to sign, and I have checked it in. Okay, so we have checked in 417. We're on to the next. We don't need to look it up. This is the property appraiser, and I just looked it up. 418?
Yes,
418, Christopher Powell?
yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. I see it right there, thank you. Next,
419,
419, Fabian Pereira.
yes. Well, he has 2.
For the same unit, but that's a different unit, so you can have a different unit.
511,
511, also Fabian Pereira, second unit they own. Okay.
514,
514, I have Herman Arsenian.
looks like it.
I see Herman Arsenian clearly, yep.
516,
516, Giuseppe Fanica.
yes.
Thank you.
517,
517 is either Raul Cohen or Evelyn Cohen.
Raul.
Okay,
Exactly.
they both signed it, that is fine. Next,
613,
613, I have Radamas Velez. Thank you.
713,
713, I have Joanne Brizard. Thank you.
716,
716, I have either Israel Berdinik or Rosa Berdinik. Israel is the one who signed it. Next,
812,
812. 812, I have Fabian Pereira.
yes. 814,
814, I have Marvin Summers.
Marvin Elliott Summers.
Okay, that's fine.
816,
816, I have Doris Berman.
yes. 1011,
1011, I have Robin Kadush.
yes. 1019,
1019, I have Gregory Matalon.
yes. 1116,
1116, I have Frederic Fernandez. Thank you. 1211, I have Sasa Investments LLC. They're not required because it's a limited liability corporation. They're not required to have a voting certificate. But if they did submit one, we can go ahead and utilize it.
the name, P.
Okay, hold on 1 second. No, there's no voting certificate for that one, but we can also, I'm also going to look up the property, the sum is for that as well. This one is 1211. You know how to look up Sunbiz on your phone? If I give you the name, can you look up Sasa, S-A-S-A Investments LLC? And we're just gonna set this one aside, or if
It
you
says
don't.
1211,
Yes,
here, hold on.
1211, yeah, but that's just what it says.
Okay, Sarah Campbell. Okay.
It says Penny Kahan, married woman. Okay, I see Penny Kahan. I see how to quick claim the Penny Kahan. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. We see Penny Kahan on here. Hold on, let me check it. 1211. Next one,
1214.
1214 is Sandra Samuels.
Yes. 1216.
1216 is Eileen Sultan.
Yes. 1219.
1219 is Stacy Fertie.
1418.
1418 is a limited liability corporation, Pierre 28 LLC, which we've already, that one, we can go ahead and look it up.
1418. Okay, 16, 17, 19.
Right there, 1418, right there.
Okay.
And you can see that it's Pier 28 LLC. Let's see who signed this, if anyone.
So my kids,
Yeah.
used to go
That's
from
the
the
person
Jewish
who-
community center every year to.
So,
LLC.
can you look up Pier 28 LLC on some of this and tell us who the registered agent is? Or, I'm sorry, who the manager is for that corporation?
Wow. This is very. I think so.
Let's go ahead and set that aside. She's gonna look it up and we'll just keep going. Next one.
1511.
1511 Fernando Gomez.
I cannot read the name.
It's for skeleton.
I see Fernando and Gomez. Next.
1515.
Oh, I got it.
1515 Elizabeth Ayub.
Okay.
Thank you. Next one.
1516.
Beth Hoops.
Yeah.
Beth Hoops, Beth Kramer Hoops. Yeah, Beth Kramer Hoops.
The Jewish community center.
1518.
1518 Marvin Leibowitz.
Jerry Ellington used to.
Next,
1612.
I have Ron Shishmashashvili.
The Georgian name.
Oh, you know that?
It's short.
No, I'm sorry, can you repeat the name of the corporation?
Yeah, it's, the name of the corporation is
Yeah, 28 LLC.
Pierre, P-I-E-R-R-E.
Peter, yes.
Pierluigi Protopapa.
Yep, that's it, okay. 1418 is checks in, yep.
It checks in, yes.
1618.
1618 is, Meyer and Danny Sakal.
1818.
1818. I have, Huda Sue Eunice.
Yes. 1912.
1912, I have Alan Karpinski.
Yes.
Right together. Yeah, of course. I still remember.
2013.
There was this when I say everything, we didn't have to spend hundreds of thousands.
2013, we have Aaron Perkins Jr., Bernadette Poinsot.
2111.
2111, I have the Honey Sus Trust.
Just says.
That's one.
2112.
21 to 12 is Hugo Cardona. 20 Okay, so we're gonna just look at the deed on that real quick, or I'm gonna look at the property record. I have 2112 right here, no, it's right here, where I don't, that's the old as well. Where the lawyers on the people. 2112 is checked in.
2113.
2113 is Stefano Vizzi.
Yes. 2213.
2213, I have Richard Malik and Alvarado Malik. Richard, okay.
2213.
I have Mitchell Ipson. Can I have the rubber band, please?
Check, so. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, hi, you're volunteer. Or you're volunteer? Yes, yes. I want to introduce you. We have a Zoom going on. It's being recorded, so I just want to introduce who you are. And so if I can have, we can move your briefcase to that table right there. Because I want the table free and clear, so it has to be done on that table. I'll introduce myself in a moment, and I'm going to ask you who you are. Okay, here comes my table. Oh, you're telling me something. You want me here? Yes, I think we did that. Thank you. No, everyone's like he's asking me. And he carries orders here. He's not being cooperative. Well, listen, don't tell me I'm not being cooperative. You started the interrogation, you didn't ask me who I was. Sir. And you didn't ask me what I was doing here. No. I'm a volunteer who lives here. Sir. And I'm not used to getting orders from people like you who are nobodies, all right? Good day. Good day. No, I'm not gonna leave now. Please contact security right now.
Al.
Please contact security.
I don't know who this character is. You called me a few minutes ago and I showed up.
He's not allowed to sit in this table. No, I will not allow him to sit in the table.
Maybe at least, in all respect, perhaps I could introduce who he was aware who you were. And that's the reason
Well,
why.
he's approaching my table here with ballots.
This is not your table. You're being hired here to do a job.
You can sit over there.
I'm not gonna sit over here, but this guy, I don't know who this guy is. Where do you come from? I got called by the manager to see if I was coming and I said I would be here in a few minutes.
Okay, if I may for a second. This is Thomas, okay? He is from Reliance Management, which was voted by their board to run the election. We actually sent an email about this also to the whole community. I know you're getting a lot of emails, we all do, I know. Maybe we can start all over again. Al actually has been in a lot of the elections as a volunteer.
So first, I'm gonna need your briefcase on that table. No, I'm not gonna, okay, we can't operate like this. I'm sorry. I cannot operate.
Can I have your briefcase?
He's gonna have to not sit in this
Well,
table.
listen, let me tell you something. I don't know who this clown is. You know, nobody even
I've
has to me.
had enough.
No, listen, you may not have had enough. I will not tolerate some folks who are walking to me in
We're
the
not gonna
street.
contact security that there's gonna be an issue here, okay? Because.
Well, the issue is that we have not been so confident. Who really starts getting the third degree, like we some amateur disciple agent. Including, listen, you called me, I responded, did I not? I told you I was coming here. You don't want me here, I'll leave.
No, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you are going to leave, I'd like to do it the right way, but I'd rather you stay. And I'll guard your back because he goes by certain rules.
I'm not gonna work with this person. I'm not gonna work.
Well, I'm not gonna work with you because I think you're a bozo and you're disrespectful.
Will you please call security?
Then you call security. I'm lawfully here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
This is a private meeting. And you.
I am part of the private meeting.
No, you are not. Sir, I am not going to allow. I'm gonna ask him to step away from the table. I'm charged with this table. I'm asking him to step away from the table.
Well, listen, just know for the record, that I'm being asked to leave by this bozo. And I'm gonna do it because who he's asked me, but I came here because I requested to be here. Yeah, you get my name, so what? Who do you think you are? It is. But you're talking to me in a disrespectful manner. I'm here as a volunteer. I am here as a volunteer. No, I'm not gonna leave you as asking to.
Let me call security because I can't have control of the room and this is gonna be an issue.
Yeah, you get control of the room and you satisfy your small ego. No, you have a great night.
Good day, sir. Good day, sir. Good day.
So,
No, I don't.
I apologize.
No. I understand. I'm here in the process, I'm validating the process. When he sat down, I asked him for his name, because I wanted to let him aware that there was a recording. Because it seemed to not bother him there was a recording, because many people want to know that there's an actual recording being made, so they can actually have knowledge, because I think that's the fair thing. So the first thing I told him was, can I have your name, please? And he said, who are you? And he started interjecting. And I think maybe I even asked him to move his briefcase to the other table, and he also got a secretary. I do understand the situation, however, him as a volunteer, he has to take direction. The volunteer does not have carte blanche as he understood.
Okay, and I understand where you're coming from, and I think, or I just wanted to actually explain that perhaps from observer's time, and the way the misunderstanding occurred was,
Yes.
perhaps if you had identified yourself, I mean, not that, you know, everything.
Even if I didn't identify myself, to be called what I was called. So I just can only, let's just move forward. He was here to be a witness, he chose not to be, and now he's leaving. If someone can, and that goes for anyone that's here witnessing, the same behavior would not be tolerated from any witness. Not even if someone has been asked to be a witness at the table. If someone was just sitting here as an independent crowd and wanted to watch the process, if they did the same thing, they'd also do this.
And then because the briefcase that he had, right, he's a city criminal court judge. And the briefcase that he has actually sensitive documents inside of it. So I understand where you're coming from, but I think the interaction actually started off wrong. It's not that a police officer starts by just demanding information. So and again,
So I was here on time, right? I was here on time. When you come to approach a table that's secured with ballots, he did it in a manner that was somewhat aggressive. So I'm sorry.
Thomas, I think that the main issue is that, you know, usually it used to run by legal here, and legal knows him, he knows legal. He doesn't know you. I think he just started on the wrong foot and just took off in the wrong way. He's not here. If we can resume, we're going to resume. Great. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you, Tom.
No worries. Okay. So, if there's I understand there might be more volunteers.
Yeah, no, there's one more on the way.
Just have them sit back there and then let me alert me that they're here, and then I'll introduce them to the Zoom.
Perfect.
And let them know who they are.
Right.
Just how I introduced this volunteer, took their information.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, of course. All right, so what number are we?
2217.
2217. 2217, I have a Bischoff revocable, Shirley E. Bischoff revocable trust. That's fine. Shirley Bischoff is on here. Next. 2312, I have Adrienne Fidelis Trust.
Yes.
Thank you. Next.
2411.
2411, I have David Schmool. That's H.
SH.
Yeah,
MD.
yeah, I say Shirley. Right. I did Shirley.
2418.
Hold on, let me cross off 2411 as a loaded. Thank you. Next. 2418, I have Daniel Salomon.
Yes.
Thank you. Next.
2512.
2512, I have Gladys Novoson.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
Next.
2717.
2717, I have Jamie Baca.
That's it.
So building 1 is checked in. Let me just put them in the rubber band, and then we'll start with building 2 or tower 2. Those are all checked. So now we're going to start with tower 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go over to you. All right, so let me get the sign sheet. There we go. There's tower 2 right there. All right, I'm ready. You're on. 224, I have Horacio Shoot. Shut.
Perhaps it is an H.
Yeah, Horacio with an H. It's good, right?
27.
227, I have Manuel Galdahino. Thank you very much. 323, I have Harriet Mountain.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's
Harriet Mountain, yeah.
okay.
325, I have Larry and Robin Willis, or B. Murray. Yeah, B. Murray. Yeah, B. Murray's on there as well. 326, I have Lane Sharp.
SCH.
Yeah, that's there. I see it.
328.
328, I have Mario Waters.
Yes.
Thank you very much. 424, I have constant store.
How much?
429.
We have Johan here.
Yes. Okay, hi, how are you? Thank you. Are you a volunteer? I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions and then you can, we have a Zoom here, it's recording. You can have a seat right there for me. And if you have a purse, if you can put it right in front of the box there, so it's in your view, but it's off the table. You can go right there on that table, there's a camera right there. Okay, my name's Tom Ontaria, and can I have your name, please? J-O.
We want you to work very hard.
Joanne is J-O. Okay. Got it. And are you a unit owner? And are you related to or living with a candidate or a board member? No. So for the record, Johanna Broussard is a unit owner and not related to or living with a candidate or board member. She will be sitting at the table, following direction, witnessing the process, and here in the checking phase of the whole thing. Thank you very much. Well, she's also.
I just.
Yeah, they're not volunteers, they're just walking. All right, next one. 429, I have Taylor Ojan. 420, that's fine. Yeah, I have Alfredo Cagliano. No. That's 423. 523. Fabian Venega, 523.
Yes.
Okay, so was Vanessa on unit 423? Oh, 523. Okay, that's fine. It's on correct. Never mind. Fabian Venega, that's good. I thought you said 420. 528, I have Stefano Rositsky.
It says Catherine Zinsky, I don't think it's on it.
Ed Rosinski, let's check to see 528. Let's check the deep real quick, and I'm gonna go to 528. I have 528. Say 528. I have just Svetlana Rosinski.
518, right here.
It says. It's gonna say right here, Svetlana Rosinski. That's the only person. Okay, so that's the only owner. Only Svetlana can sign. So this was signed by Ed Rosinski, who's not on the team. So this is invalid for not owner. So 528. Okay. All I see is Edward Rosinski. All I see is Edward. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So it's only, it's Ed Rosinski is not on the
Okay.
The property right now, so it's signed by Ed Rosinski, correct? Okay, so this is not owner. Only deeded, people on the deed can sign it, it's invalid, not owner. Okay, next one.
Unless this is not updated, then they're saying, unless there's an updated one, then we just don't have.
Right, I have the property appraiser's office has the same.
Oh, okay,
address.
perfect.
Yeah, so, yeah, and then we have the roster, they all say the same thing. right, so we move on to the next one.
622.
622. I have Andrea Siegel. Okay. Six, I have Elias Cohen.
Okay, one initials, E, C.
Okay, that's gonna take something. It has the same. Next, I have Juan Zuniga. Okay.
628.
Check. 628, I have Mariano Adrian Magro. Okay.
Wait, you have Mario.
729.
729, I have Paul Warren.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have that.
Okay, 723.
723, I have Alberto Lucia. No?
And Carolina themselves.
And Carolina Gonzalez, okay, that's a sign. 723 is checked. Next, Elaine Kane. 728, Aliyah Abu Asad.
For 725, you have a link key.
Elaine Kane.
I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. Gilbert and Elaine King. You guys are going pretty fast.
We're not looking at up the deed on each, we're
Oh,
going
you're
up,
going,
we're going
okay.
up the roster, and then if there's a problem, we're looking at the deed to make sure that.
I missed that part.
I know, we said basics, it's okay, so, if you want just, whatever we need to do, it's gonna be on the issue, so let's go.
Okay.
Next one.
827.
827 is Toby Prince.
No.
No, we'll look at 827.
Pearl Levin trustee.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Pearl Levitt Trust, and Pearl Levitt signed it, so 827 is good.
829.
829, I have Edward and Louise Rudnick.
Yeah.
Louise.
929.
929, I have Angel Mendez and Maria Mendez.
Oh, so it's 923.
923 is Vaughn Conlon.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
928.
928, I have Carlos and Delio Alexia.
That's only one.
1021, I have Marion Z Marion and Thomas, or Ezra Z Ezra, Marion and Thomas.
Aaron and C is
Z Ezra, okay, that's 1021 is checked.
1026.
1026, Lorraine Epstein.
Is it on?
SEL Epstein. Yeah, that's
1028.
1028 is an incorporation, it's a voting certificate, because it's an incorporation, so we have to look at their voting certificate. 1028 is Pass Solomita Inc. Let's go ahead and check the date, because I don't have a voting certificate for 1028.
It's Fan Salmon Incorporation.
Okay, when it's an incorporation, or a corporation, an Inc., or a corp.
It's a corporation.
Right, it requires a voting certificate, there is none on file, so this one will be invalid for no voting certificate. 1028 is invalid, no voting certificate. Next one.
1029.
Certificate.
1029 is Richard Lamone.
I have one.
Okay, we'll check with you.
1029.
Richard Lamone and Barbara Lamone.
Okay, so she's on D, it's good, 1029, it's checked in. Next. 1122, Alberto Navarro. Okay. 1125 is Estelle Rubin. Yes. Next. 1222 is Irving Ingworth. Irving Ingworth. No, that's not Irving. We'll have to check the details. It says Willa J.
Alan Binsmore and Bernice Chiarello and Craig Ingworth.
What's the unit number? It's 1222.
None of that. Oh, here.
Okay, hold
Hold
on.
on, just one second. Okay.
I have right here the property record.
The definition was,
I found Willa on the property record. It says it's the Irving Ingworth and Willa Ingworth Trust. She's a trustee on the Irving Ingworth Trust. So she's a trustee. She's eligible to sign this. So this was fine. 1222 is checked in. Okay, we're going to have to accept it as the correct owner. Illegible signature is not a requirement for voting, so we're going to have to accept it. It's not printing, right? Printing is not a requirement, only a signature is, and a legible signature is not a requirement. So this is going to have to be accepted as a 1223 is checked.
Can I see the signature?
Yes. And matching signatures is not a requirement, so the quality of signature is not something we're going to do at this session, so. I'll let you look at it. It's going to be accepted. Next one is 1423.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Anderson Kazmierski and Peggy Kazmierski. Or Anderson. Or A Anderson.
that's Alexandra Delvista.
Okay, I have A Kazmierski Anderson, so that could be a surname, but I have A Kazmierski and S Kazmierski.
Yes.
I have Alexander Kazmierski, which is also A Kazmierski. 1423. 1423 is checked. 1428 is Regina Goldfein. Okay, 1522 is Renee Noodleman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is so bad. This is from 2016. That means the new one is in. How's that even possible?
The name for, we're getting 1423. I looked on the property record, the name matches. So
So we don't have the updated deeds here.
Well, we update them as they go and then we double check with Plan K.
It's also the responsibility of the unit owner to submit it and turn it in, so if they just register it with, they just register the deed online with the county.
No, but you guys ask for that when there's a change of property ownership.
We do, that's not everyone complies,
And it's also, you can change, you can do a quick claim meeting, you can also do it.
The main issue is when they quick claim it to somebody else and they don't get the office.
Right,
When
it's
they put
usually
it
within the same family, or they're changing names. Not always do they remember to turn it into the association. There's no way to really tell because the residents stay the same. So that's next one. 1524 is Carl Anthony Perkins. Next. 1529. is Barbara Castillo. Barbara Castillo. 1623 is Bruno Fontana. Thank you. Next. 1628 is Mark Ron. 1629 is Paulina and Matt Gustavo. 1721 is Sarah Kirchner. 1726 is Betty Coles. 1822 is Daniel Epstein. 1826 I have Doreen Harris. 1923 Julio Salazar. Huh? No, let's check with you. 1923.
Grantor is Julio Salazar. But the grantee.
I have Diana Salazar as the grantee, so she's, yeah, does it say Diana?
Diana, yeah.
Okay, so Diana's the new one. 1923 is. Next. 1929 is Malcolm Kushner. 2024 is Deborah Kushner Sloan. 2121 I have Leora Sharon Living Trust. 2125 Marlene Union. I have Brett Curtis Clark. That's fine, Brett Clark works. 2229 I have Peterson, Diana Peterson, or Diana Alzama. No, one of them is the life estate, and one of them is the. So Diana Alzama is a life estate, so that's the other. Okay, that's the other. 2321 is Alberto Marcano. No, we'll have to check the deed. I'll check the property records.
It says Corrado, Manila, and
I have-
Roberta.
I have Maruja, Marcano, and Alberto.
Yeah, that's what
No, that's an M. Maruja.
That was for 2221?
That's 2321.
Oh,
Yeah, Maruja is on the window. 2321 is check. 2421 is Gloria Serin.
Yes.
Thank you.
2422.
2422 is Maria Magala Hicks. But I have Maria Cecilia Magala, so she could be called by Cecilia. 2424 is Doris Alicia de Donis Wolferman.
Yeah.
No name and no signature. Okay, so that's gonna be invalid for no signature. So it has no name and no signature, it's statute requires signature, so it's invalid for no signature. No signature.
Which unit is this? The unit number?
2428. Next, is that's the one where you receive. Okay, so now we're on 2427. It's Robert Lieberman. Oh, it says Nancy Lieberman. We'll check the 2427. Let's check the property record. Robert Lieberman with Nancy, his wife. Nancy is the one who signed it, so Nancy Lieberman is eligible to sign it. 25, 22 is Judith Prince.
Yes.
Cámara de climates. Vamos, ¿no?
2523 is Eugene Bass. 2524 is also Eugene Bass. Second unit. Next one. 2529 is Encarnacion Gonzalez. 2621 is Victor Borowski. Okay, but we still have a few more for townhouses.
Ese es un mando de otro.
If you can just start.
No, ese es el señor.
All right, there's a couple more from townhouses that we'll check those in now. So for townhouses, this is. There's 3 from the townhouses, so I have 2202. You look at 2202 on that one, I'll look on this one. Probably on that. 2202.
Has 5 rooms, only two.
Yeah, 20, yeah, there it is, 2202. 2202 Northeast 34th. 20, 60 feet, that's 60, Brian Brooks, that's checked in. Okay, so Brian Brooks is checked in. Next one is 2304. I'm looking at the front angles. Oh, Ford, also before. I have Ellie Brown. This is Norma and it's one. 119 or 719, 20225.
That's the towers.
Oh, that's the towers? Okay, it's 719, so I gotta go back to this, list here. This list is, what tower is that? Tower 1 or tower 2? Tower 1, 719. 719 is, Howard Act. All right, so we are all checked in. So, out of all these ballots, these are all checked in. We've identified that they have a signature as required, they're sealed, there's one per year, so those are all checked in. These are the in-ballot ones. These two have no signature. This is anonymous voting. We can't vote anonymously, you have to sign it. And then this one also, they put the unit number, but they didn't sign it, so the statute requires a signature. This one is a corporation, and it had no voting certificate. These are the only voting certificates we received, and it has no voting certificate. So the bylaws require a voting certificate for a corporation. The fourth and final disqualification was that Edward was not on the deed. The other Brzezinski was on the deed, but it wasn't Edward. I believe it's either a relative, a female relative or wife.
And they were corrected?
We're not at the stage of correcting. We don't call people because then you're affording people, your other people the chance to correct. So for instance, if they're not here present by their own volition and say, hey, I'm here, can I correct it? That's yes, they can correct it. But we cannot call these people up because the other people don't get the same courtesy. And if you call up all those people and someone's home and they come down and fix it, and the other one will do the voicemail, they're still, it's not fair. Because what you're doing is you're allowing one person to fix something and you gave them a heads up. But the other person, even though you called them, they didn't answer the phone, they didn't get the same ability to come and fix it. So the only way for them to fix it is if they're here present, now to fix it, and I announce it. If not, you're going to expose this election to that someone's going to say you were treating people unfairly. You're giving someone an extra advantage that the others didn't. It's best to not call them. If they're here to fix it, I'll help them. If they're not here to fix it, you're off. You can tell them afterwards if you want to notify them afterwards and say, hey, it was disqualified for this reason. In the future, please, sign it, or in the future, get a voting certificate, that's fine to help them correct it for the future.
What about if they're watching right now? They're watching.
Does someone have their hand raised on the Zoom? No? Okay, yeah. Then you can check online. So these are gonna be removed from the table. Those go in the record. So those are in that. These also go on the record. These are the signing, this is the checking list. These are the printed property appraisers record from today. Yep. We're gonna put a rubber band on those. That's good. All right. Those are inbound, so we're gonna put those in the record. These will go in the record. These are your voting certificates. They need to go in the binder and they need to come to every future election. So these go in the record, and we're gonna put these off the table. This goes in the record. And these should be put in a binder and they come to every election. And they always come to every election. These are voting certificates. Yes.
Somebody saying, you answered this already, but what if the person is on the Zoom meeting and they come down or walk over from the townhouse? Just a question for that.
Let me see the 4 units that had an issue. If they're on the Zoom meeting right now, is unit Tower 2, unit 1028? Tower 2, 1028. If you are on the Zoom meeting, please raise your hand. Tower 2, unit 2428. If you're on the Zoom meeting, please raise your hand. And Tower 2, unit 528. Those are the only 3 units that I know the unit number that have an issue with their ballots. If they're on the Zoom, they have to raise their hand now. Is anyone raising their hand? Okay, so those are the only units that are being disqualified, plus 1 person that's anonymous, we don't know who it is. So let's go ahead and move this off the table. These are the deeds. Go off the table now. Those go off the table. And now we can start, we're going to count these files to the morning. We'll get the same issue. This is 2020. And once you put it in the piles one, you can change it over to me. I'll take that. Thank you. All right. 20, 40, 60, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 100, and so.
103.
Right, so we just met the qualification, 20, 40, 60, 80, 103. You have to have a minimum of 20% of the voters, 100
Just
is the
one.
minimum, and we just made the minimum, so you're going to have a valid election. So I'm gonna make the last.
But wait a minute,
Yes.
wait a minute.
450.
No, the total is, it's 500, oh, okay, 20%, right, right.
20% of 500 is 100, so we have 103.
Right.
So we have 3 extra to spare to have a valid election. So,
Plus the residential are actually present also.
Correct.
no, this is not a proxy count.
It's not a proxy
We don't have quorum. So because we don't have quorum, the statute allows to have a valid election without a quorum, as long as you have 20% of the ballots. We have 20% of the ballots right here. We have 103. Now, since we're so close to the 100 number, if there's 4 missing ballots on the inside, or by chance, if there's 4 ballots where they overvoted, instead of voting for the, it's only 5 people that can vote for. If they voted for 6 people, and I have 4 ballots like that, and the number falls below 100, this will go back to a not a valid election because you don't have enough votes. So because we are so close to the 100 number, I'm pretty sure everything will be fine. We have 3 extra ballots to spare, so we should be fine, but I just want to make it, we can't control if there's, sometimes people submit a ballot without the ballot inside. So that is going to be a missing vote. With that being said, I'm going to document 103 valid. We have 4 invalid, 2 for no signature, 1 not owner, and 1 no voting certificate. So 4 invalid, 103 valid, meeting the requirement of 100. We'll make a last call for ballots. Is there anyone in the room needing to turn in a ballot? Seeing none, as soon as I open the first envelope, we cannot
Hold
accept.
on, I was gonna touch the end.
I am going to,
Give it 10 minutes.
no, we were not allowed to give 10 minutes. We're not waiting for anyone. This is a process. We put the election in jeopardy. This is the process. We're at 7:13. I'm going to now, I have no other ballots to check in, so now I will begin cutting and opening and separating.
You wrote on the next page.
Oh, thank you. No voting certificate. So the next step, after we have called for last call of ballots, is now we're going to open the ballots. I have a cutting machine that I'm going to open the sides, and then we're going to separate them here at this table. Okay.
Same, 500 people, only 140. Same.
That's considered a lot?
For DRM, yes.
What's the other, what's this? Nobody ever-
There should be 20 ballots here for you, and I'm going to give you instructions. Okay, hold on a second. 20 ballots for you, and I'm going to take 20 ballots as well. So we have 20, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the envelope and pinch it like that. We're gonna take the inner envelope out like that. Slide out the envelope, so now we have an empty.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, we're gonna have an empty side one, put it in one pile, and then put the other pile back. You can do it,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and then at the end, we're gonna count, and then you should have 20 and 20. Since the inner envelope is also cut, and keep them in the same direction, it'll be easier to pull them out.
This envelope has two changes.
Okay, so if you, we're gonna all look at, let's all look at what she has. Okay. Okay, so we have more than one ballot in here, so this has a. No, where did you pull this out of? Okay, so that's good. This is another ballot, or this was inside there too. Okay, this one is a proxy and a voting certificate. So we take this off the table, that's a proxy and voting certificate, that comes off, and I think this one
Where is
also.
the envelope of the other?
No, it stays here.
Oh, it stays there.
And that one has, okay, this one has, if you can hold on to that, this is, should be a proxy or a voting certificate, and we're just gonna double check that real quick. Oh, well, no, I have to see everything first, so hold it right there, hold it all together. So first, let's do hers. Okay, so we have, yes, so that's the ballot, that's good, the secret ballot goes there, this is a proxy, so we're gonna put the proxy over here, and we can continue, and I'm gonna now do have also a similar situation, hold that, we're gonna double check, yes. See, this is a proxy, and that's the ballot. So,
Oh, this was there with all the papers.
yeah.
Here.
Yeah, okay, that's it. It's a proxy.
Make another proxy.
This is a proxy, so these are all proxies. We're gonna remove all these proxies, and I think we have another one right there. So. This is a voting certificate, so that's why, that's the ballot, that's a voting certificate. Okay, I just opened up this one, and it's just a ballot with no inner envelope, which is fine. Yeah, I think I have a voting certificate as well in here. Or some type of proxy. Yes, this is a proxy, and this is the ballot, so we're good. Have a voting certificate here.
There's a note on this one.
Okay.
Says the condo ballot and the road maintenance ballot were received at the same time in February. So I submitted them both on 2/22/21. In the original road maintenance ballot, was accepted February, please disregard this one as a notification.
Was there a ballot? There's no ballot. Hold on a second. Okay, so we have two situations. Hold on.
Can I see the note?
This one's a proxy, not a ballot, and everybody next ballot or we received at the same time in February. So hold on. Yeah, let's look at this one first. The condo ballot and road maintenance ballot were received at the same time in February, so it's submitted them both on 2/22/21. If the original maintenance ballot was accepted in February, please disregard this one as a duplicate. It's not a duplicate, so this is a proxy. That's the ballot. This one has no ballot inside. So now we're down to. Right. So there's no ballot inside this one. This was only a vote proxy. So this one only turned in a proxy and not a ballot. So you're going to be short a ballot and we're going to be down to 102. So let's go ahead and.
Looks like 101. Oh, this is, okay. never
Okay,
mind.
that's fine. Yep. We're good. They just didn't use it.
Por eso, no quedaría seguir que no había esto,
Okay, so just so everyone is aware, we have 19, we have 20 hour envelopes and 19 ballots because unit 1211 did not put a ballot inside, they only put a proxy. So this is a non-vote, so we've gone down to 102 ballots. So now we have a cushion of 2 more votes. So this is going to, I'm going to document now that we're down to 102 ballots, and we have 1 no ballot inside. And that does happen.
So 2 more we're losing, it's not valid.
2 more, you're fine, you can lose 2 more.
You can lose 3.
You go
Can't
down to
go
90,
beyond
you go down
100.
to 99, and then the existing boards that you vote. Okay, so you have 19 here, so that one's short one. I'm gonna take one of those extra ones over here. And this one's gonna go, I'm gonna put no ballot inside that one. That one has no ballot inside. And so this one is now 20 and 20, so put it over there. So, I'm gonna give you 20 more. And I'm gonna give you 20 more. Thank you.
Paulina, you voted?
Yeah, I have a,
Maybe.
just now,
Just not?
certificate of appointment of voting member.
I'll take that, the certificate, this is the certificate. The voting certificate, so that's been separated out. This one is 20 ballots.
So as you say, actually, when we're going to count the ballot, we have to make sure we have 100 ballots, correct?
100 ballots.
100 ballots.
100 ballots.
Valid ballot.
Correct. All right, so now this one had no ballot inside. No ballot inside. Oh, no, this is the same one, only proxy. Okay. So this one will go on the record, there's no ballot inside.
You find $100 bill, it's mine.
Oh, this one doesn't have an envelope. but
Okay, hold on. So
it
that
has-
one has no ballot inside?
No, it has a ballot.
Oh, it has a ballot, okay, that's fine,
Thank you.
that's fine.
And there's a certificate of appointment.
I'll take the certificate of appointment and the ballot states. It doesn't have an inner envelope, which is fine, that's not a disqualifying issue.
This is another certificate of appointment.
Okay, with the ballot, correct? I'll take the certificate of appointment.
This one is valid, yeah, envelope, but it's on the outside.
As long as the ballot was taken out of the outer envelope.
You want me to just look at it?
Yeah, that's good. Perfect, thank you. Count that, I'll count this. You have 20?
There's another certificate of appointment.
Yeah, I'll take that.
One, two, this out, and then the-
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, keep that there, in front of you. Okay. So now we've already separated the inner envelopes from the outer envelopes. Count these while she counts the inner envelopes. If you want to count that stack, I'll count this. Point perfect. Keep those in front of you. Okay. So, if I could have someone pick up all the outer ballot envelopes and put them in the record. And this, stick those over to me. And these are voting certificates. These are voting certificates, so those go in the voting certificate file. And this goes into the invalid ballots. It had the no ballot inside this field. So now that all the outer envelopes are gone, we can now separate one ballot, unfold it, put it in front of you, and make sure there's only one ballot per envelope if they use an envelope. Sometimes they include a voting certificate or a proxy, and if we just we'll separate it out over here to the side.
Vanessa, do you have water for that?
You want to use Kate Derrick and with peace.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
No, baby.
In December.
Yes,
Somebody wants something, I will give you. No, I'm the last one. Hello?
Not that close, no. Thank you.
It's not perfectly. In salon.
Is this the second batch of 20? What? Okay.
Those who go on the record. Please, sign. The town sheet. 102.
Now we're going to use the ballot.
No, they're all valid. We're gonna have
No,
valid.
you check if you have five.
There's
Somebody
102.
put six, it's not valid.
That didn't happen. It's a valid election. We just now have the tally. There was one missing, no one overvoted, everyone's fine.
Danny, we don't want to. He wants sandwich too? Really?
Yo quiero llegar a la cama y ya.
Oh, bandera, greetings of the sale.
Yo estoy a dieta, ¿ok? Quiero romper mi dieta.
The first two stacks are 21. I'll put the two extras on the first two stacks. So, what we're going to do is, this is the names. And I'm going to hand what's handed out now for you. Depends on, I'm going to mark off what I see. See what I see.
Okay.
I'm going to hand it out to you. We're going to do a train. It goes all the way down from C to C. And then once you count it down, then flip it over on your side. Okay, so you can just sign it off the side. So I'm going to start first because I got the first ballot. I'm going to slip home one, candidate 3, candidate 7. One, and you the next one. I'm going to hand it to you. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to go. You're going to and then hand it off to the next volunteer. The first track, then keep on. Now I'm going to.
Circle, you want the circle?
Yeah, you can, yeah, circle or you can X's or whatever you feel comfortable with.
No, the other side, they have the wrong side. This side.
Yeah, okay, Kate, that's the correct side, just down. Circle. The other side is. Just go mark what you see on your couch.
Yeah, but.
Oh, yeah, now that's the second vote, but that one.
JB, do you need anything else?
Thank you.
No time to call for you anything.
No, they're playing in the game, but we have a camera. If they go crazy, why the security doesn't saw it? But it's a kid, let them enjoy. No,
Believe it all, you can try.
yeah, was it?
No. When I used to teach, so at school, the kids.
Oh, you went to school, oh, you didn't know.
Se le todo, no.
No, la juventud de todos.
Mucho, muy fácil.
When I told them, put this time, you know, with porcelain, no backwards, no nothing, nobody want to listen.
It's stronger.
Yeah, it's porcelain, no weightless, no stain, no nothing. No way. No way. And even cheaper than what we do.
Well, so difficult, you know, to please everybody.
No, it's not the time we put in the lobby, it won't belong to the lobby.
One example was muy absurdo. One of them will be, but it's not the one for hard traffic. So it would be, so then. We better comment on it. Este no se ve con tu voz, pero este sí. We have someone here with the, is this?
Yeah, we're at the past the stage of accepting. If they give it to me, I'll have to validate it.
You'll have to invalidate.
They just tell them the ballot box is closed, if they turn it in, it's not gonna get counted, but we'll put it in the record. If she understands that, then we accept it, and we'll validate.
Okay.
For being late.
He doesn't, so it's not gonna be accepted.
No, we close the ballot box. It's their choice if they want to turn it in.
They have to contract.
Okay. Thomas, I'll put it here as not counted for, correct?
This one.
I don't know.
This is just the first action. Okay, so now we're gonna make sure we're matching. What do you have for candidate one? 13. I have 13 as well. Candidate two?
Yeah.
I also have 3.
16.
I have 16 as well. Candidate 4? I have 15. Candidate 5? I have 9. We have 10, we'll double check that. Now we're gonna go back here, check that. Let's put the other candidate 6. I have 13. Okay, so we'll double check those two. Candidate 7, I have 8. Okay, so let's just check the 2. Where we have different numbers. 6 and 7, so let's first do 6. 1. 2. 3.
Oye, ya pusieron una cajita de
4.
pero no está conectado.
5. 6.
Pero una ya está puesta.
8.
No, pero no.
10. 11. And 13. Candidate 6 has 13.
No funciona porque no tenemos el servicio.
Okay, that's fine. And the candidate 5 is the other one? So candidate 5 now. Are you looking?
Yes.
0, 1.
Blow.
0, 2. Five, 6, 7,
You're going to become the president.
8.
You're going to become the president. Your term is over.
Okay, so just, you have one to give here, just put it on the side there. There you go, so that's the one you have to do. Okay, so now we're all matching, these are big counted, we'll put it face down, we'll try to have to push back. So, on this one, now we're gonna switch to fill the inside. Okay, and same process, I'll just hand it in, hand it down. Yeah, there's some, yeah, there's a. Tom? Yes.
Quick question, this is the owner that was one of the 4 that were invalidated, you wanted to know the reason for it?
Hold on a second.
Sure.
This is 4, 5, 6. It wasn't hooked, so it wasn't 5, 6. So basically, this one, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This should be the correct result.
Yeah.
Just like you know.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So, sorry, but I didn't know you were in the middle of the.
Yes. Yes, you're not on the deed, Mr. Rosinski.
My wife is.
Yes, you're not on the deed, though. You have to be on the deed to sign the envelope.
I have to be on what?
You have to be on the deed.
I am on the deed.
The deed on record is not showing you on the deed.
So what do you want my wife to come in?
No, it's too late for that. Unfortunately, it's too late.
Only the person who's on the deed can actually fill it up and
I
sign.
was sure 100% I'm on the deed.
I'm sorry.
Okay, can I have it?
No, this has to stay with the record, but that'll reflect what you're going to. It'll stay sealed.
Were you at closing?
Huh?
Were you at the closing when you purchased the unit? Were you at the
Of course, I signed all the documents together with my wife.
If you have a deed, with your name on it, write it down.
I'll go check it out.
Thank you.
My wife, if my wife comes in it as a man, you can do it?
No, unfortunately, no.
Go find.
I hope he doesn't get the vote.
should.
Get nothing.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's gonna get divorced, you know? I mean, you did know your luck. Is that your case?
That was the first thing I thought.
Sí.
candidate one, we should have 23. Do we have all? Do we have?
I got pick 23, but I picked 24, so.
So you have your causes 23. 25 for Mario Peppers, two.
Yes.
25. Okay, 32. 24. No, candidate 5 has 13. Candidate 6 has 24. And I have 20 for candidate 7. Okay, so we're all agreed for some colors. We'll take your green or red, you think now? Yeah. Now we'll do the third batch. Okay. More after that, we'll have the results.
No. Chécalo, no. Yo no sé quién es, porque eso siempre se acaba de ahí. Pero muy mal parte de eso, ¿sabes? No, pero es que me agarra de la te dijo que era amigo de él.
Y lo se hace en la oficina, entonces yo lo necesito y es más en la oficina,
¿Cómo está el no. Rápidamente. Yo nunca ni quisiera volver a verlo. Dice que ahora no está. Pues mira, se comunica, ¿eh? Sí. Y bruto no es. Pero es que. No, ya viste la demanda que le puede. Lo pueden mandando por todas. 50,000 euros. Lo también dicen para. Ya se lo visto. Y pusiste un punto de esto. La mamá The word I'm using today is today.
Everything, it's all on Zoom.
Okay, I mean, people can be physical or. Okay. ¿Cuántos años llevo aquí?
So this is the ones we just counted. Do we have 38 for candidate one?
Yes.
38 for candidate two, 44 for candidate two, 37 for candidate four, 32 for candidate five, 35 for candidate six, and 24 for candidate seven. So we're all clear so far. This is counted, goes to this side. Now we have 4 stacks of 20 left, and then we'll do this one, and then we'll be done. We're gonna take it. Yeah, I did that. Now I'm doing this one.
Oh,
Yeah, I memorized it.
oh.
Like, I usually just say the numbers and fill it out because it's easier for me. This one has 6 votes, they overvoted, they voted for everyone except one. It says here, if you vote for more than 5, your ballot will be void. This is, but we still have 2 more to spare, but this is another invalid. So we found another invalid ballot. This ballot voted for 6 candidates when they were only allowed to select 5. So this will be invalid for overvote. And this goes into the invalid section. So now that brings our total of valid ballots down to 101. We have 2 more to spare. If we have 2 more ballots in that scenario, this will go to a not valid election. Now, you can have a valid, right? We have one more to spare, correct? You are correct. One more to spare. If we have two more problems, then this will turn to an invalid election. It will not be a. So now there's one more invalid, and it has gone from, it's now we have 6 invalids, 1 overvote. Yeah, now we're gonna go back to tally.
No, you
No, we're on group. We're still on the tally. Yeah, we're still on the tally. Yeah, no, we're not done yet. I waited for a gap, so I did talk to you both.
Yo sabía mucho que estamos.
Candidate 249, candidate 358, candidate 446, candidate 543, candidate 641, and candidate 732. We're all in agreement? Okay, so this is counted. We're down to our last batch of 20, and then we are done. I'll take blue, I'll give you purple.
Do we know how many people from the townhomes vote?
There was two. So let's make sure we're all matching. 63 for candidate 1, it's 55 for candidate 2, 59 for candidate
69.
69, correct, I'm sorry, this one. 69 for candidate 3, 56 for candidate 4, 58 for candidate 5, 50 for candidate 6, and 37 for candidate 7. Okay, so now we're going to transfer these numbers to the front page. We're going to go to the total all the way to the right where it says total. So we're going to put the candidate 1, 3. Candidate 2, 55. Candidate 4, 56. Candidate 5, 58. Candidate 6, 50. Candidate 7, 37. So that is minus 800. Okay, now we're gonna go back to the other side. Okay, the highest number is 69, and we're gonna put number 1. That's the highest for 69. That's for.
I put it in the result.
That's fine.
And I put it right here, table 1.
That's fine. Table 1 is the same as the total.
Okay,
just under results, but, yeah. So Delvista is the first highest, and then we have the next highest, 63. That's the second highest is Elizabeth, I think we all agree.
Yes.
Third highest is 58. That's the third highest is 58, which is the Marcus and Delvista.
No.
And then 56 is the fourth highest. Fourth highest is Virginia Gold, and the fifth highest with 55 votes is Mario Quadros. Are we in agreement that those are the top five, and then the runners up are 1537? So we're all in agreement. Your tally sheets for the be put into the record. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for your time. We're going to put all these ballots into the record. And the time is 8:19. This marks the end of the election. I want to thank the two volunteers.
I want to make sure that all the candidates are either on Zoom or here. No, he's about to announce it, and that's what I'm trying to do. We have Alex. You said,
So we have that. I'm pretty sure that's Elizabeth. It's going to be,
Yeah, she's on.
there's something, right? I'm pretty sure that's Regina, and that's it. Only three.
Oh, we got Marvin. You call Marvin, or you can call Dan?
well, Marvin said in about 3 minutes he's calling in. Mario, what about Mario?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to give pictures of Marvin for that.
We need for
I mean, I think
Thomas, technically for the reorganizational meeting that we're having, we just need a quorum, which in that case it's 3.
So there's 5 on the board, so it's 3. All you need is 3 to have.
Okay, so, okay, is she in?
I think that might be her.
And you will be conducting that as well, correct?
If you need me to, I can do
Sure,
it.
good. Oh, you have the, oh no, you don't.
I don't know if you can give me the agenda.
Right there.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Yep.
Oh, she is a user.
Actually, it's okay.
And you need to enable everybody audio.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was better. That's it.
It's here, because I'm gonna probably be up.
You want to stick around?
Okay,
I just want to thank you very much. The volunteers are done, and we want to thank the volunteers for their time.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're
We're going to make the announcement shortly. I have the signed balance sheets of the volunteers, and we're all in agreement. So we're just waiting for some candidates to come back into the room so we can make the announcement and then conduct the board of directors
Hello?
meeting that's on the agenda.
Hi. Hi. How are you? Good.
Good. Actually, one board member is coming down. He's coming down, right? Okay.
I am unmuted.
Good. How'd the election go?
We are about to announce the results. We have one of the candidates that stepped out and he's on his way back. It has to be in the room when the announcement was made, so we're just going to allow the candidate to return into the room.
What's next?
Wait here.
My.
Thank you. Good evening.
Just throw this in the garbage.
Okay, so is Mark here? He is here. Okay, I think we reached out to everybody, so.
Okay, so we're going to make the announcement. Yes. Yes.
Perfect, thank you, Thomas.
Oh, it's gonna be official.
Okay. So with a total of, we received a total of 109 ballots, and 6 of the ballots were rejected. 6 of them, once we opened, we found 2 more rejections. One, because no ballot was inside. There was only a proxy in the envelope, no ballot. So that reduced our votes. And then one of the ballots voted for 6 candidates as opposed to 5. And when you overvote, that also is disqualified. So we now have out of a total of 107 voters, 6 invalidated. So that brought us our number to 101 voters. And you need at least 100 voters to have a valid election. Have a valid election, and all 3 volunteers, we all counted the ballots one by one, and we have the identical results, all 3 volunteers, and they signed the tally sheets, and the results are, with 69 out of the 101 voters, Daniel Epstein is on the board.
Yes.
With 63 votes, Elizabeth Ayub is on the board. With 58 votes, Marvin Leibovitz is on the board. With 56 votes, Regina Goldfein is on the board. And with 55 votes, Mario Quadros is on the board. The runners-up with 50 votes, Guillermo Cipher, and 37 votes, Paul Warren. So those are the results of your election tonight. The next item on the agenda, if we do have a quorum of the board, you do have a organizational meeting with the only one item on the agenda to select officers. So can we have one of those board members call the meeting to order that I just announced out of the 5?
My name is Daniel Epstein. I'm calling the board in order.
Okay, we have a meeting called to order. Can we have establishment of quorum? Can we have a roll call? Do we have Daniel Epstein present?
Yes.
Do we have Elizabeth Ayub present?
Yes, I'm present.
Thank you. Do we have Marvin Leibovitz present? Yes. Do we have Regina Goldfein present? Yes. Okay, she is on the Zoom. Does she have the microphone open? Okay, we are requesting Regina Goldfein to unmute, but she is present. And then do we have Mario Quadros present? No, so you do have 4 out of 5. That is a quorum. The only item on the agenda is election of officers. Is there the officers of presidents, is there a motion for nominations of presidents?
Yes, Regina would like to make a motion to nominate Marvin Lebovitz as president.
Does Marvin accept the nomination? Yes. Okay, Marvin accepts the nominations and seconds the motion. Do we have any other nominations?
Yes, my name is Daniel Epstein. I'd like to nominate myself to be a president.
Okay, there's a second motion for Daniel Epstein, and do we have a second for Daniel Epstein's motion? We do not have a second for the Daniel Epstein motion. Do we have a request for a call to vote on the first motion and seconded on, is there discussion, any discussion for the motion to make Mr. Marvin Lebovitz president? No
I
discussion?
second it. No, there's no,
All in favor, say aye to the motion.
yes. Aye.
She made the motion and seconded it herself.
Okay, I heard 2 votes. Do we have a third vote? Okay, so I'm gonna do a roll call because I can't see it. So I have a yes vote from Marvin Lebovitz, and from Regina, a yes vote. What is your vote, Mario? Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel Epstein, what is your vote? Daniel Epstein? Elizabeth, what is your vote?
What are the options? Sorry,
The motion is to make Marvin Lebovitz president. Are you in favor or opposed?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the motion passes 3-0. There's still a quorum. Daniel Epstein left. Do I have a motion for vice president?
Yes, I make a motion for vice president for Mario.
Mario Quadros, and he's not present, so the motion, I'm sorry, the motion is?
The motion is for Elizabeth for vice president.
I'm sorry, the motion from Mr. Lebovitz is to make Elizabeth Ayub vice president. Elizabeth, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Okay, and she will second that motion. And all in favor of Elizabeth Ayub as vice president, say aye.
Aye, yes, yes. Regina
Okay,
says
that's
yes.
unanimous, 3-0. Is there a motion for treasurer?
I make a motion to nominate Regina as treasurer.
There's a motion by Mr. Lebovitz to make Regina Goldfein a treasurer. Do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Yes. Regina seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye. Elizabeth, do you say aye?
Aye.
Okay, that's 3-0 unanimous. And now the final position is secretary. Do we have a motion for secretary?
I have a motion, but the individuals.
That's fine. You can make the motion pending their acceptance.
Okay, Mario.
So there's a motion by Mr. Lebovitz to make Mario the secretary pending his acceptance. Is there a second?
Yes, Regina seconds Mario.
Seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous. So do we have a motion to adjourn as there's nothing else on the agenda?
President makes a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
Second, yes.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for those participating, and this is the conclusion of your meeting tonight. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.